Hello everybody, I'm Gola Nemesis. This is Display of Splendor and I'm back with another video. So in this video I want to talk about abandonment. This is a feeling that you know how hard it hits when a human being abandons us, but to have us feel like God has abandoned us, now that's the worst feeling ever. And most of you watching this, some of you might be really God fearing and God serving people. You might be ministers that are watching this, and you yourselves know how it feels when God goes silent in a season, in a very crucial season, a season where you're like, God, not now. You cannot make me feel this way now. And personally, I want to relate this feeling to a character in the Bible because the intensity that it has goes together with what happened to this man, and we all definitely know him. And this is the character, this is Job in the Bible. Now, first of all, for someone to be God-fearing and God-serving, it must be because they have an idea that there's a God, there's a God outside, that there's a God somewhere. That's why they are God-fearing. And Job himself was a God-fearing man. I mean, even God himself attested to it and said this man is righteous and he shuns evil. But then Job himself felt a sense of God had abandoned him. From Job 23, where seriously you can feel that this man is saying, God has abandoned me. Or, I mean, I cannot find God anyway. So I'm going to read Job 23 from verse 8. But if I go to the east, he is not there. If I go to the west, I do not find him. When he is at work in the north, I do not see him. When he turns to the south, I catch no glimpse of him. But he knows the way I take. When he has tested me, I will come forth as gold. Now, beloved, like I said, in order for you and I to be God-fearing and God-serving, and should I say God-conscious, we should know, or we should have heard, that there is a God somewhere. And that is why we have started fearing him. But I want to speak about this God that Job served and that Job was longing to see, because in his time of abandonment, this man does something, and it is him um, raising a certain amount of questions. And amidst them, the one that caught my attention was Job 23 verse 3. If only I knew where to find him. If only I could go to his dwelling. I mean, in his time of abandonment, this man has a longing to be where God is. I mean, to find God. Because what do you and I do in our seasons of God's silence? We actually dwell away from God. But this man is a longing to go after God, to go to where God dwells, in order to be able to state his case to him. And today I want to encourage and I want to tell someone that this God is an omnipresent and an omniscient God. The God that knows everything. The God that nothing under the sun is hidden from him. And in order when you and I feel this way, you and I need to go after him intensely, immensely. Beloved, there's no way that God can abandon you. There's no way that God can abandon me. Because we are under the sun that he has created. He created us. He is amidst our situation. He is in our hearts. God cannot abandon us. And that is why when we feel that God is silent, we should know that, oh, this could probably be God testing me. This could be God wanting me to go deeper and deeper after him. Because daily what we ought to do is seek his face. And for us to want to go to his dwelling is for us to have to seek God's face daily. We do not grow comfortable, in our seasons of triumph and when things are going well. We do not grow comfortable. Because at a later stage, the beautiful thing about this conversation is that even in this questioning and in everything, God was listening. God was listening to Job. And it is evident because God comes back and God speaks to Job, And at the end of this passage, in Job 42, Job says, I've heard of you. You know, just like I said in the beginning, there are many of us that have heard of a God. But then when God answers Job, Job says, I've finally seen you face to face. And I mean, this is our season, definitely, most probably, of seeking God, seeking his face, wanting to hear of him, not wanting to drift away and grow comfortable in our abandonment. Because what we would call it is abandonment, but God would mention it as a time of testing, a season of testing. And in order for you and I to come forth as gold, in that gold is seeing God's face, you know, having to experience him in a new realm, in a new way, is to go after him. Having that longing to see his face, that longing to be in his dwelling. I want you guys to share this video and bless someone with this, because they might be feeling that God has abandoned them. No, he is omnipresent. He cannot abandon anyone. He cannot abandon us. Psalm 27:10 says, though my mother and my father forsake me, he will receive me. It doesn't matter who has abandoned you. It doesn't matter what kind of abandonment you feel right now. But know that the Lord is always around. Bless you guys.